Mattias, does a practice today allow you to flush yesterday a little bit, or is it still very much raw?
Yeah, I mean, I can just speak for myself, but I closed that book last night, as I did with Game 1, and I did with Game 2. So you just got to look at it as it's one game. We're looking for the whole series. So we know we're down 2-1, and we got to be better next game.
What's your sense of the group coming off last night? What are you feeling?
I mean, I think we're really good. We just got to have a moment of realization this morning of, yeah, we're 3 wins away. We're 1 win away from having a best out of 3 with 2 home games. So there's a lot of positives. Sometimes you get a little lost in that when you lose a game, right? But I think everybody had a really good practice today. We're upbeat, and we know we can be better.
So based on what you're saying there, is it more the mental side of just being where your feet are, or is there an execution aspect or sort of a game planning aspect that you're working on today?
I think today purely was more a mental thing. I think the pro of having, I've heard this a million times this year, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think we're the oldest team in the NHL. So to having all that experience on our side is also huge in situations like this where you got to go game by game, you got to go day by day, and just make sure you don't let that flow into each other too much. It's a series. We knew before this series was going, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. Obviously didn't feel great waking up, but getting together again, get on the ice, we all feel a lot better about it, and yeah, we're going to be ready for Game 4.
Today was supposed to be a day off. Did the players want to get on the ice? How was the process of deciding that this was going to be a practice day?
I don't think anything is for sure in this business. It's just the way we feel and the way we kind of want to manage it. So I think most guys wanted to go out and skate and have a good flush of the legs, and that's just what we did. I didn't even know, maybe you know more than I do, that we were supposed to have a day off, so I'll have to talk to the coach. But no, I think everybody was fine with going out and wanted it.
You need to play with emotions in the Stanley Cup final, but yesterday, would you say that it was hard for you to control the emotions during that?
I don't know. I think that if you look at the third period is what the third period is. It's 5-1 or whatever, right? Like I don't play too much into that. I think the biggest thing about your emotional thing there is we got to control our penalties in the first. We can't take 4. It's just too much, right? Like you're having their best players on the ice way more than we have our top guys on there, because we're obviously killing too much. So I think that the stick infractions, the penalties in the first, we got to clean up. Whatever happened in the third is I don't play too much into that.
How do you go about sort of dictating your style of game to them more than they dictate the style of game to you guys?
No, that's the battle, right? I think that's been pretty clear in these 3 games that whoever manages to play their game a larger volume of the game usually goes winning out of the game. So I think that is the game. I mean, you're absolutely right, and so far I think they've managed to do that better in 2 games, and we did it better in Game 1. So in that regard, I don't think we have gotten up to standard where we want to be yet. I think it's coming, and yeah, it's a 2-1 series, so we're in a good spot, but we need to raise our game.
Mattias, was there a discussion with the players and the coaches of practicing today, or is this typically just a coach's decision to tell you what to do? Did you guys have a say, and do you want to get out there?
I think that there's communication for sure. Not that maybe I was in that communication. This is just on this particular day, so you might have to talk to Connor or Leon or Chris or whoever. But yeah, I think everybody was fine with skating, and it's probably as I said earlier, it's the best thing you can do for your mental and for your state of the group is just to get out there and flush it out and move on.
You might be off tomorrow. Like, what would it be like to have kind of a day away from the rink heading into such an important game?
I should probably note that I'm not the head scheduler of our group.
And I
don't know. I don't know really what to say there, but there's a lot of scheduling things here, and I'm usually not part of those. So yeah, we will see, I guess.
Have you filed your taxes?
Yeah, right. Yeah, not yet.
What you just said about maybe not finding your game enough as much as Florida has, Connor said the same thing last night. He said we haven't found our game, our best game, and we think it's coming. A year ago, Connor talked about whatever you got, bring it. Like, are we at that moment here?
No, I would not say so. I think we look at this year completely different. I think it. You look at it. I think yesterday I didn't like our game at all. Like, that's just bottom line. I think the first two could have gone our way as much as they could have gone anyway. So I think we've played better this year to start the first three than we did last year. Obviously, the result shows that, but I think also we have a better understanding of what needs to be done out there, and we just can't let emotions, outside effects, referees, whatever it is, affect us. We've got to stick to the process and play our game, and I think good things will happen.
How aggravating are they to play sometimes? I mean, they seem to pound you between the whistles and then skate away all the time and after the whistle. And I know covering the Carolina series, it made them lose their minds at times because they weren't engaging.
I don't think so. I think we know what they are. We know we got experience of playing them last year, and I think it's more on us as
Mattias,
players. And
it sticks out like a story.
can I just? I was just writing the answer there. Sorry. I think that they play. That's their brand. That's what they do. That's what they do really well. But at the same time, we've won 4 games against them in these finals in the last 2 years, and I think you look at those games. We're a very focused group. We play our game. We don't let that even creep in a little bit. So I think maybe we lost that a little bit last night, but we know what to do. Sorry.
About that. I heard quiet, so I
No.
apologize. It sticks out like a sore thumb when the goalie allows 5 goals and gets pulled. What would you kind of say about Stu's game and the work in front of him that you guys had last night?
Yeah, we got to be better. We got to help him for sure, and I think that he's been playing unbelievable in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. I don't know how long it's been now, but it feels like a long time, and he hasn't had a bad game. And maybe last night was one of those when it was good. Get it out of the system. Hopefully, it's one of those a night off. But I got all the confidence in the world that our decor, our defensive game, our goalie is going to step up big in Game 4.
It was a little crazy in the third period there, obviously. What's going through your mind during that line crawl? And I guess Greer's trying to get at you there.
Yeah, I don't know what really had them throw me out of the game. I thought that I was in with the other guy there, Gadjewicz, and then he comes out of nowhere trying to sucker me, and I didn't do much more, but there I go, tossed out of the game. So sometimes they try to even things up or whatever, but yeah, that stuff happens at the end of the games sometimes when it gets out of hand. So yeah, I don't really have much more of a comment on it.